Good morning students. Today I am going to start the practicals. So the first practical is examination of cardiovascular system. So this cardiovascular system examination is carried under two headings. One is vascular system examination and other is a precordium examination. So today in the vascular system we are going to see arterial and venous system examination, and again in the arterial system examination we have pulse examination and recording of blood pressure. So in today's practical we are going to deal only with the arterial pulse examination, and this remaining practicals we are going to cover in the next coming practicals. So in the pulse, arterial pulse, what is the definition of the radial pulse? It is the intermittent expansion of the vessel wall during the cardiac cycle. So what happens after each systole? The pressure exerted from the heart is transmitted to the arterial wall, and the expansion and the recoil of the vessel wall will cause a pressure wave. So that pressure wave is felt as an arterial pulse. So we are going to palpate the arterial pulse using the radial artery. So why only radial artery is chosen? Because there are many peripheral arteries present in our body. So radial artery is easily accessible because it is present in the exposed part of the body, and it lies underneath the bony surface, that is the lower part of the radius. We can easily palpate against the bony surface. And what is the clinical significance of examining the arterial pulse? It gives the overall idea of functional status of the heart and the blood pressure and the volume of the blood in the arteries. And then coming to the procedure of examining the arterial pulse. Okay, so I will show you in the subject.
So the procedure of pulse examination, it is done with three fingers, index, middle and ring finger. So index finger should be kept proximal to heart and ring finger should be distal from the heart. So proximal finger will check the force of the pulse or the pressure in the artery, and distal finger or ring finger purpose is to obliterate the backflow coming from the ulnar artery or the reflections coming from the palmar arch, and light pressure is given by ring finger to obliterate it, and remaining all parameters are judged by the middle finger.
So the procedure for examining the arterial pulse is, first the subject should be relaxed and his or her forearm should be semi-pronated like this, and the wrist joint should be slightly flexed. So in this position only we have to examine, and using the three fingers of your right hand, hold the wrist part of the subject and feel for the pulse, that is against the bony surface, that is the lower end of the ulna. Feel for the pulse, and what is the use of three fingers means that proximal or the index finger will see the pressure variations coming from the heart towards the artery, and then the middle finger will feel for the pulse, and the ring finger or the distal finger, it prevents the reflections of pulsations arising from the palmar arch. Okay, so that's how with the help of all three fingers we have to check the arterial pulse. Okay.
So the examination of radial pulse provides physiological information regarding the work of heart, circulatory state and hemodynamics, that is blood volume, pressure and so on, and the condition of the vessel wall and the state of autonomic activity in the body at that moment, and the mental state of the subject and the state of body metabolism and temperature. So for knowing all these conditions, so we have to examine the radial pulse. So radial pulse examination is a part of general history taking. While taking the vitals, we give most importance to pulse rate. So that's why examination of pulse we should know in detail and with all the 7 points which I have told you. So the method of examination, with each ventricular contraction, the blood is not only pumped into aorta but also generates pressure waves that are transmitted along the walls of the vessels. So these waves expand the arterial wall and expansion is palpated as the pulse. So the following parameters of the pulse are studied: rate, rhythm, volume, character, condition of the vessel wall, radiofemoral delay and other peripheral pulses.
So these we have to compare always with the heart rate, because the heart during the cardiac cycle, whatever the heart is beating at that rate, that only will be coming to the periphery. So always compare with the heart rate. So normally the pulse rate will be in the range of 60 to 90 beats per minute. So when we are comparing with the heart rate, it is almost similar. If it is less than the heart rate, so it is called pulse deficit, or any difference between the heart rate and pulse rate is called pulse deficit. And the normal pulse rate is 60 to 90 per minute, and if it is more than 90 per minute, it is called tachycardia. And if it is less than 60 per minute, it is called bradycardia. So when the pulse rate is increased, so tachycardia is seen physiologically in cases of newborn and pregnancy and after exercise, and pathologically it is seen in high rates of fever and then some illnesses, infections. And then bradycardia, that is less than 60 per minute, again it is seen physiologically during sleep and in old age,